Uhuru Kenyatta alimkataa, William Ruto alimkataa because he was doing the ICC stories against the president and the deputy president by then. Nikamwambia huyu achana naye kama ni rafiki yako, nikasema hapana, I'm the governor. Nikakufa na yeye akachaguliwa kama waziri. Na hata nikiwa waziri uchafu yao yote mashamba waliiba tena niliwavumilia. Huyu SH19 mpaka mashamba aliiba jamhuri akatransferia watoto wake. But because of his old age, the age of my late father, nilimvumilia. Akalia machozi nikamsamehea. But wakataka tuchafuane wote wale si wasafi, including Kerich, huyo SH19. They're the ones to get the governor. This is the story. This is what we did in Sonko. So governor, take it from there. We all want them to succeed. Hatuwezi pigana wakati wananchi wanaumia. So instead of kunichafulia jina na they were there. Why were they quiet? Wanaulizwa maswali na MC wanaanza kujikodolea, wanaanza kujinyambia, wanatetemeka. Kwa leadership hakuna mtu anakaa forever. So treat MC kama mtu wa kawaida. Leo anaweza kuwa kwa ofisi, kesho hapo nje kama sisi. Acheni kuogopa. Tell them the truth. That title mmecharge. Na kwa 1.9 billion pia mlichotewa. Pia kuna MCs walichotewa na kuna wale wamerushana. Sasa kuribia watu majina. Watu wakanichafulia nitawachafua. Haimaanishi ati niko nje, I cannot defend myself and I cannot fight for the people. Waanze nitamaliza.
And have you been summoned?
I've never been summoned. And even if they summon me nitaenda kufanya nini? This is the report. Finish while lands watapata title kule iko. Nimeongea na National Bank, they have confirmed they have the title. And in 2023 I was not the governor. So for them to get this 1.3 billion, 1.9 billion, they went with the title to the last office. If you look at the charge instrument, the National Bank executed on their part through their dhulumu wanyonge. Wananchi walifanya demonstration, wanataka nyumba zao. Deal with the real issues. So many projects iko stalled. Tunajua there was COVID. Yeah, Kenyans will understand. Instead of tarnishing my good name, I'll never allow that to happen. Kwa hivyo title deed wa Kenya iko National Bank of Kenya, the investor and the county under the joint registration of the special purpose vehicle, that is the Bachelor's Jevanjee Estate. Title ilipelekwa National Bank, ikachajiwa as per the land registrar's search, na wakachukua 1.9 billion Kenya shillings from last year, May 2023. So mko na pesa ya investors, mko na pesa ya tenants, na mko na pesa ya National Bank. Finish the project. Peni Wakenya manyumba zao, acheni kutumia jina Sonko. Kwani Sonko amefanya nini? Nimelala na bibi ya mtu hapo county. Toeni majina yangu kwa mdomo wenu. Shame on you again. So that is what I wish to state for now. This is the official search. You guys went and charged the property. Ile mnasema Sonko ameiba. The title is with the National Bank of Kenya. You charged it for 1.9 billion Kenya shillings. The charge was registered on 29th May 2023. Was Sonko the governor during this time? This was 3 years after my impeachment. So mwache vipindi mingi za pesa nane. Stop misleading Kenyans. Do your work. Complete the projects. Mmechukua pesa wenyewe. Wapeni watu nyumba. Stop letting the governor down. Shame on you, all of you. And if you don't apologize, ni bahati mlikuwa wabunge, sina right ya kuwasuu. But this is how people work. So stop tarnishing my good name, and even if I'm a nobody, I'll do a thorough follow-up and ensure wale maskini, kina freedom fighters, mzee Kahengeri na wengine, wale niliwapea kila mtu 600,000. Tukawa promise, phase 1, they'll own those houses. I will ensure they own those houses. I know mnataka kujipatia manyumba na mabibi zenu. That one will never happen. Mnazona Sonko ni mjinga, but I still have got the political muscles of fighting on behalf of the poor. Now, I think there is something wrong. And I want to tell Governor Sakaja, I think your CECs or your cabinet, they need to go for refresher courses or refresher classes or induction classes. And I don't mind unaweza kuwaleta hapa niwafundishe hapa vile sheria ya mashamba inafanywa. because mulifanya inventory when you took over, yeah, you should know the kind of properties the county government owns. You should have asked for all these title deeds instead of playing politics with my name. That is what we normally do. Because when I took over from Kidero, I got all these documents. I was in a position to identify these are the county properties, these are not the county properties. So I want to challenge ninyi cabinet, mwache kuangusha governor. Sote tunafanyia wananchi wa Nairobi kazi. This was passed around 19th April 2023. I got it from the county assembly website. It was moved on 25th July 2019. The title was received by SH19, who has been the custodian of this title for all these years. So I'll furnish you with all these documents, title deeds for affordable housing projects in Nairobi. Ladies and gentlemen, Nairobi residents and members of the Fourth Estate, my attention has been drawn to accusations captured in media that I'm in possession of land titles belonging to Jevanjee and Pangani affordable housing projects. Well, I recommend that the Nairobi City County Assembly for bringing this matter up through the Lands and Urban Planning Committee. I would like from the onset to state the facts in regard to the two projects that were dear. Affordable housing projects in Nairobi was brainstormed and planned during the tenure of the former governor, my good friend Evans Kidero, who served as the first governor of Nairobi. It is during this time that the county government and the national government started collaborating on ways to revamp the 7 old estates in Nairobi. This was to be done through a public-private partnership with the county providing land and the investors allowed to charge an agreed percentage on the property to make their profit. I want to bring to your attention that the leases, these titles for both Jevanjee and Pangani were processed in 2018 during my time as governor. Take note that there was no meaning that Nairobi City County Government and the oversight committee in charge of this matter must be discerning enough to know that the Ministry of Lands Registry are normally the custodian of the records. If they take time, they realize the leases were processed in the year 2018. It is officially captured. For instance, Jevanjee, it is captured under the special purpose vehicle that was used, that is Nairobi Bachelors Jevanjee Estate Limited, which is a private limited company incorporated under the Companies Act, and also the certificates of transfer of lease that was signed in July 2019 and witnessed by the Nairobi City County. I was never going to allow forceful evictions or transfer of people without a clear plan. We had to ensure that the registered tenants are given priority once the houses are complete. This was eventually agreed and signed between the county, the estate associations, and the respective developers or other investors. We started the Jevanjee project with a plan to put up 1,830 units, while Pangani was to give or rather have 1,562 housing units. The investors had to pump around 3 to 4 billion, as stated earlier. This was public-private partnership during the previous administration before I took over, until when I took over. Indeed, under my tenure, we fast-tracked the development by diligently negotiating an exit agreement between the county government and the tenants in respective estates, with Jevanjee and Pangani being one of them. We must acknowledge the fact that most tenants were old people and old families who had spent decades of struggle living in the estates. We therefore agreed to give every tenant a sum of Kenya shilling 600,000 as a facilitation fee applicable for 2 years for them to find alternative accommodation within the Governor Johnson Sakaja, the Nairobi City County Government, to focus on provision of providing necessary support to ensure the projects are complete without much drama na siasa, because it's or whatever came up from the county assembly and the county government of Nairobi. I believe these were just diversionary tactics to divert the real issues, because the other day I saw from Citizen TV that investors who had purchased these houses were complaining that despite them investing millions, they are yet to be allocated with these houses, meaning the projects have stalled. It is well documented that during my tenure, the county had a seamless and good working relationship with the national government in executing the affordable housing project in Nairobi. A good example is the 1,370 affordable housing units in Park Road, Ngara project. It is the first affordable housing project of the Kenya government to improve people's livelihood. The joint registration of the special purpose vehicles. These joint ventures agreement were drafted and prepared before I took over as governor. Ours was just implementation of the project. It is my humble submission that there is a grand plan by senior staff, politicians, and cartels who want to be allocated houses without following the due process. And the county government senior officials, including the CECs. If I was a governor in 2017, I was impeached in 2020. So 3 years down the line, now we're in 2023. You mean they didn't realize that the title was missing? The custodian of these records is the CEC, Lance, and the chief officer, Ray. Sisi ndio wazilishi wa vipindi. So hizi zao, I think they're trying to divert attention. Kama nilivyosema, Citizen wali highlight investors wakileta shida. Now I was there yesterday kwa hizi projects. Pangani, both the investors, I can say they've done a good job. Pangani is over 12 floors. Jevanjee pia imeenda. Now, I want to rudi nyuma kidogo. Under the joint venture agreements which were there, the county was to provide land. My contribution in the county was the land. Investors was coming with their billions. Then they do a joint registration of the properties. So what I did to clear my name, I wrote a letter to the land registrar that was yesterday, demanding to know the current status of both the Pangani title deed and a condemn mambo ya kuharibiana majina. Let me go to the records which were furnished to me by the Ministry of Lands. We have the official search, but first I'll go to the leases. I pushed for these documents to be registered in the name of the Nairobi City County Government. On 16th July 2018, this is the green card, because the Pangani is under a block, not under, Pangani is under cap 300, and Jevanjee I think is under cap 281 if I'm not wrong. So the list for Pangani, we have certified copies of the green card.